Hey guys, it's Bear. It is Thursday, November 8th, 2018, and yesterday, November 7th, was my 4-year anniversary of starting testosterone. So I wanted to give you guys an update. You know, if you go back and you look at my older videos, it's sort of like 1 week on T, 3 weeks on T, really tracking my progress and documenting my transition. So in the spirit of that, and the reason I started this YouTube channel, I wanted to go and do an update for you. As far as changes from testosterone, at 4 years, pretty much, there's not much more to expect. I hit the 2-year mark at like 6 or 8 months as far as the physical changes, with the exception of like facial hair and body hair. You know, if you look at a 14-year-old cisgender male or a 13-year-old, whenever they start puberty, you don't have a full beard. You don't have like full development within 4 years when you're like 18 or 19. So same thing here. There's still things that are going to happen, but that's not really the point of the video. Whenever I hit these really big mile markers, my reaction is to sit back and sort of, look at how things have really changed for me more personally. And it's such a dramatic change that I really felt the need to actually talk about it. You know, so much in my life has changed since I decided to actually physically transition. As far as just personal happiness, it's unbelievably different. I'm so much happier functioning as male for so many reasons. I mean, you can talk about just how people interact with you in a very like normal way, like just coming up and saying, calling you your preferred name, using your preferred like gender title. It's very like affirming. But when you talk about like the difference in our culture between men and women and how people actually treat you, it's so huge. It's so huge. I haven't been catcalled. I haven't been told, smile, sweetheart, for 4 years. And it's really insane to think about how that affects your day. When you just like, you're trying to walk down the street and you see somebody and you just wonder like, are they going to say something as I walk past? That doesn't happen anymore. And I think that's a really sad statement about our society, but it has really positively impacted me personally. Being able to get up in the morning and put clothes on that I enjoy wearing, putting those clothes on a body that I actually enjoy seeing and functioning in. You want to talk about something that messes with your mind when your body doesn't feel right and you have to put clothes on it. There's days that it's like impossible for some people. There's days that I used to go through shirt after shirt after shirt and just be like, I can't wear this, this, it's too tight here, it reveals too much over here, and that doesn't really happen anymore. And it makes a really remarkable difference in just your like ability to function when you're fighting everything going on inside of your head and you're fighting your body, and it causes so much unhappiness. So then you take that unhappiness out into the world and you're just ready to fight, meaning me, you're ready to fight everything. I used to be so angry all the time. I was ready at every instant to go off and argue and fight with people, and it's just not like that anymore. And for people who are watching this video, who I work with and stuff, who are like, man, you can get really aggravated about stuff. Yeah, well, I can, because I have kind of just a level of like anal retentiveness. I like to see things done a certain way. I'm very particular, and when you throw ambiguity at me, I just don't deal with it very well. But that's just like a personality trait. People who have known me for a long time, they've come up to me and remarked over the last couple of years how much I've changed as far as just being more positive, you know. So that's led to a lot of success, you know, just dealing with things in a much more positive light and without all that weight on your chest that you're carrying around all the time. It's changed lots and lots of things for me as far as like personal relationships. I'm much more successful at my current job, you know, because again, people know that they can, for the most part, approach me. Like I said, everybody gets aggravated with their job, of course, you know, whatever. And that doesn't mean that I don't ever get overwhelmed or sad or unhappy anymore. One thing that's really been messing with me for the last couple weeks is just the social political atmosphere right now, and sort of this attack against trans people that's going on. I don't want to get too much into details and make this too much of a political video, but that did really shock me. It made me very unhappy, you know, for the last couple weeks, amongst some other things. And so I'm not saying that, like, I go through life just like, la la la, like everything is awesome, because everything's not always awesome. Sometimes things happen and they're upsetting, but my reaction to them now is just different from what it used to be. So that's my update. I also just wanted to take a moment to mention how important being an ally is, and talk specifically to the people in my life who I came out to initially before I came out publicly, and thank you for your support, allowing me to take that step and build the courage to be able to come out publicly, and thank everybody else who reacted to that coming out in a positive way. I did lose a handful of people from my life. I expected it to be much more difficult, though. I really thought that a lot more people were going to push back and be like, well, you can't change your gender and your chromosomes, blah, blah, blah. I didn't have a lot of that from personal people in my life. I deal with that a lot with, like, the keyboard warriors, which I a lot of times just choose not to engage with anyway. So, thank you. For cis allies, your support means so much. And right down to really little things like just clothing, appearance, you know, getting your hair cut, or, you know, choosing apparel. Like, I didn't know how to pair ties and shirts, and I'm still trying to learn about, like, jackets and blazers and stuff, and I'll ask people, like, the most random questions sometimes, where I'm just like, oh yeah, how does that work? Like, what size do you have to get, and what colors can you match them with? And people are like, what? So you may not know where I'm coming from when I ask those things, but it's because I didn't learn them, you know, as a teenager and everything. I have to kind of learn them as a 38-year-old man. So thank you. Thank you to everyone who gets text messages from me being like, does this tie work with this shirt? Or how am I supposed to wear this, or whatever. Like, that little tiny thing can mean so much. And obviously there's so much more that you can do to support trans people. I think I did a video like 3 years on cis allies. Maybe I should go back and watch it and update it. Happy T-versary to me. For the people who are still thinking about coming out and who are really scared for so many reasons, reach out to the people in your life, because there are people that are going to support you. And reach out to me if you need to. I'm available, you know, through the YouTube, like, email system if you don't know me personally, or if you're, like, one of the people on these Facebook groups and stuff like that. If you have questions, reach out. I'm at the other end of the transition process. If I could do it, you can do it.